Hi there, YouTube. It is I, the one, the only, Naudia Exotica. I'm making this quick intro just to let you know that this was a passion project. I put a lot of time, energy, and resources into it, and I absolutely adore how it came out, and it makes me want to cry. Because this has a lot to do with grieving my mother. I did a lot of soul searching and a lot of family background snooping, I guess you could say, into the specifics of my ancestry. I honestly have went into greater detail on my members only content this past month, but I feel like showing you this is kind of showing a little bit into my ancestry. So this is something near and dear to me, and I cherished every moment making this. I really hope it goes to a good home, and this was so essential. I really needed to go through this. Just a really brief summary. My great-great-grandmother was Lavari Roma, and she was born in Yugoslavia at I think it was 1886, if I'm not mistaken. And she eventually moved to Hungary with my great-great-grandfather, and then they immigrated from Hungary to the United States in 1908. I have the boat name and all of the information pertaining to their immigration, and it's honestly something I don't want to discuss any further on my public YouTube platform. Just know it's a very sacred part of me, and I cherish every bit of it, and it makes me really, really emotional. So, with that being said, I really hope you enjoy the walkthrough. This is available to purchase on www.exoticamob.com. And I will be doing more projects like this in the future, a lot more junk journaling and things that really make my heart sing, okay? Guys, I really hope that this is okay. I have it on the most weirdest. My camera is literally MacGyvered right now. So I really hope this is fine. Let's start with the outside. Okay, so there's so many different kinds of materials. I'm going to try my hardest not to bump the camera. There's so many different kinds of textiles and materials. This was from a scarf that, this was actually like this cloth that I bought from the senior center place that I frequent to get most of my materials. And I made a scarf with. I think I did that on YouTube, like I posted about it. Then I tried to make another one, and this was when I just picked up the sewing machine and I kind of screwed it up. So I used this on the spine. Then we have this beautiful like sequin cloth stuff here in the background. It's kind of got some mesh to it. That came from this very like bulky, I have this big bulk of this cloth. I believe one of my aunts wrapped up a gift with it and said, do whatever you want with this. You know, I thought it was very pretty. So there's that. Then there is some sari silk that's, actually no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. That very beautiful purple iridescent cloth is right here as well, behind the sari silk. It's very like metallic looking and gorgeous. So I did that there. And then on top of that is this beautiful sari silk scarf that I had, but was kind of falling apart. So because it was falling apart, I utilized it in this book. I was going to cover this side too, but I just feel like, no, I couldn't. So then there's this really beautiful tie on the sides here. Unties like this. This has like that wiring in it, I guess. I think, I don't know. I'm pretty sure because it's very malleable and bendable. This came from a Fashion Nova jacket and it fell off. It's one of the buttons. This is like this beautiful sequin and beaded little piece of, I don't know what you'd call it. I'm pretty sure it goes on, I think it was an iron-on, but I use Fabrifix. I'm pretty sure it goes on like little projects or could go on some clothing, but it's got beautiful iridescent sequins. And then on the side here, there is this little tassel that is hanging, and it can unclip. You can put whatever the hell you want on it if you don't want this there. But I love it. It's different assorted like yarns, fabrics, sari silks that I put in a tassel, but you can put whatever the heck you want, honestly. Then on the bottom, there are different charms and such for the signature threads, I guess you could say. I don't know. But let's really get into it, okay? So, first page, you have this ombre start to the signature. I put some pink lace. There's some ephemera here. This came from an oracle deck. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but I will list everything in the description or even in a pinned comment. This is very special to me. This is a very old Yemeni rial. This is a 1 rial. I don't even think they make them like this anymore. This is very old, but it's photocopied. I can't say why it's special. Just know that it was something that my mom had, and when she passed, I held on to it. It's very sacred. There's a special meaning behind it, but I photocopied it and turned it into a note card. As you can see here, this is also a little card that you can write on or attach something to. And it's got a really beautiful brad. There's lots of jeweled brads on here. I also will say that all of the printouts, the different digi-kits that I used, I will also include in the comment. There were so many Etsy digi-kits, it's not even funny. Okay, so here's some beautiful burgundy lace that you will find all throughout. This is a vintage card that one of my aunts sent me once, and I thought it really needed to be in here. It's got this glittery finish to it. The pullouts here is a little stained or painted piece of note paper that you can write in, and it was stamped as well. It actually came from a junk journal I never finished. It was a fairy junk journal. And that was when I was first starting out, so I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. I might revisit that theme later on. This is a foldable little notepad that I made with a bunch of different like scraggly pieces of ephemera of different things. This imagery came from some kind of Amazon paper I bought. And then this as well is from this like Amazon paper. The back is blank. You can write on it and it tucks in right here. But when you flip this upwards, you've got some more note paper. I believe there's like 4 pages. I also forgot to mention, I'm pretty sure this has like 197 pages in this book. So, yeah, that's kind of approximately how much is in here. This was an Etsy printout that I stained. I also need to say I really didn't want to leave any blank white pages in here, but I inevitably had to do so. And it just is what it is. You can cover them, whoever gets this can cover them with whatever they want and do extra things throughout. But I just felt like I was overworking it, and I'm like, someone needs to kind of do their, you know, own kind of thing to them. I also didn't want to do anything to the start of this, to the front and the backs of the signatures. So yeah, so anyway, see, this is blank. This was cut off. However, I printed this. This was a Etsy digi-kit. I printed this on this Michael's Craft Store paper. I don't really remember what it's called. Honestly, I got it years ago. It's this big old thing. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, it's a Park Lane. It's a Park Lane heirloom printed cardstock, 180 sheets. So there's lots of that kind of paper throughout this book. There's also, I think, 4 or 5 hidden paper clips. So this is a paper clip. This was another printout from Etsy. Obviously, whoever decides to purchase can move these to wherever they see fit. Same with all the inside ephemera. Here's some ribbon adorned, beautiful, I think medieval floral. No, this isn't medieval. Again, this will be in the pinned comment, but it's some kind of an Etsy printout. Because I refer to my great-great-grandmother as Old World Romani, because of the U3 subclade, I decided to implement different henna stenciling in here a couple times. So you'll see that. Then there's also this paper that I bought from Amazon. It's different kind of like aged papers. So you'll see that throughout here. This was an Etsy printout. Very beautiful. Very boho. I don't know if you can see. Then there's ribbon adorned on the side. There's lots of ribbon and lace and bias tape. Another Etsy printout on that Park Lane paper. This is that Amazon paper that I found. I think it's talking about like good luck and stuff. I don't know, something interesting. There's so many different eclectic pages, and this is very floral here. If you've ever bought from my site, www.exoticamob.com, you will know, it was specifically jewelry. You'll know I packaged the jewelry in these beautiful little ornate baggies. They're parchment. So I implemented 3 of these, 1 in each signature. And I put some stickers. Well, I glued stickers on them. The stickers are from that Imaginarium. No, wait, what is it called? Yeah, Imaginarium sticker book, the antiquarium sticker book. There's lots of those in here as well. And then these pull out. This is an Etsy printout. This has lined paper, and I burned the edging a little bit. And then there's another little piece of note card that you can, glue something onto and write on if you see fit. Another Etsy printout, I believe, and there's some lace, some velvet ribbon. This was another thing that was kind of goofed up, but I think it makes it on the Park Lane paper. This as well, as you can see, another piece of the Amazon paper. I think it's French, which is lovely. And then there is a bookmark. So this is a pocket. There's a bookmark here that you can write on. I kind of wanted to wear the ribbon on this one, so I made it look all scraggly. This is the antiquarium sticker, another one. This is a floral printout from Etsy. Love it. I love this collection. It's burgundy and golds, which I think go beautifully with the theme. So I implemented that. Another bohemian printout with some of the Park Lane paper. There's lots of writing space in this, but there are also a lot of intricate little tucks. So, and the other thing I did want to point out, absolutely, this is a flaw that I'm looking into. I had just bought this HP DeskJet printer, and for some reason it won't go, or maybe I have to reconfigure the settings, but it wasn't going to the edge of the page. So what I did to compensate, and what someone else can do if they want, is just paste along the sides. That's where a lot of the cloth and stuff is. This I figured could be the start of something new, like a new kind of I don't know, you could do scheduling or, just, I don't know, something, dream journaling, but you could write the title right here, and then there's some ribbon on the sides. Some more beautiful bias tape. I love that floral bias tape. And an Etsy DigiKit, more of the Amazon aged paper. Comes in a bunch of different designs that you will see. More of the Park Lane paper. I love this one because it has so many different kind of designs to it. Etsy DigiKit that I did not put anything on the side. I don't know if that's going to bother anybody, but feel free to do whatever. I even collaged on some of them, so I don't know. But the backs are fine, obviously. And I felt like this pink lace went beautifully with this aged piece of artwork. I don't remember where this is from, though. I think I clipped this from another one of the Etsy DigiKits. Here we have a good old little cluster that I did, stapled to the side. This is a note card of one of the Etsy DigiKits, with some of that aged paper. Another one of the Amazon papers. I really love these. I really love these. They're Victorian. Well, there's a bunch of different ones. There's like, here, let me just show you. They've got Victorian things. They kind of separate them. See, it's this one. I thought the pages were going to be bigger, but they're not, and that's okay. But I don't know if you can get a brief peek at these. Some of them are like cursive ones, prints. Some of them are floral, I believe. An older vintage one. See, this is the one that I used in the notepad. There's music ones. There's beautiful florals. And then some other little vintage newsprint looking ones. So that's that. It's called Artsmona. Artsmona. I'm going to link those down below. I also used some of the, are those Tim Holtz? I think they're Tim Holtz ephemera pieces all throughout here. Here's the center of the first signature with the little beads. Let's just keep on going here. More of the printouts. I just clipped it and stuck it here. And then there's, of course, some ribbon on the side. There's that. More of the aged paper, more of the Etsy, more of the Park Lane. There's that one as well. Okay, and then there's more of the Etsy DigiKit printouts, more of the lace. This idea was inspired from Tina at Rehatched Designs. I'm obsessed with her videos, but this is a like boho envelope that opens up, and this one doesn't fold out. This is just a regular normal envelope. As you can see here, that you can stick stuff in. Okay, I'll leave that out for now. There's that. Some blank white pages. I just, for some reason, they hurt my heart. I'm like, damn it. But it's okay, because I'm sure someone has so many ideas for what they could potentially be, right? So, yeah. Anyways. There's that. I decided not to do anything with this one either, just to let whomever do whatever they want. This is the end of the first signature. These are all tied in here and sewn in here with the waxed thread. Okay, this is the start of another signature. This is Mod Podged tissue paper. I use this tissue paper for packaging my orders. I just love the floral. Another Etsy DigiKit. Another Etsy DigiKit. This is another one of those little pockets. These two are those antiquarium stickers. This is, sorry, oops. This is, I think from the Witch's Compendium Oracle deck, and you can write on it. This is from the Haunted House Tarot. For those who don't know, maybe you're new here on the Naudia Exotica channel. I am a tarot card reader on a psychic hotline, so among many other things. Holy hell. Okay, this was before I had gotten my, what is it called? Fabrifix. So what I did here was glue 2 pieces of ribbon on either side, and then I sewed this yarn to it. And I felt like this color scheme, the orange and the green, is so funky and so awesome, and it absolutely went with this page. So I had to. I couldn't help myself. I didn't have Fabrifix yet. And it's a little junky the way that these stitches are, but hey, it's supposed to be. It's a junk journal, for crying out loud. More floral digi-kits. More boho digi-kits. Another Roma one. I love this print, and I love pairing lace with florals. It's just gorgeous, honestly. This is another henna stencil, and I thought it looked really cool peeking out. This is another Etsy digi-kit. Some blank space. Let's see what else. This is the start of a collaged thing. I could put another little thing right up here, but this is some different kinds of, I don't know, papers and printouts. Okay, oops, did I skip a page? I did. Yep. Another henna stencil, gorgeous. Okay, and then this is the Park Lane paper. This is another Imaginarium sticker. This right here is waxed, so there's beeswax on it. I don't know really if you can do anything with them aside from look at them, but they feel really nice. And this is a pocket. You can tuck whatever you wish in there. It's got some ribbon on the side. I wanted to do a full page of pockets, and I did 2, because that's what would fit, and I'll show you later on in the last signature, but this was the 3rd one I didn't end up using because it just wouldn't have fit. Another hidden paper clip here with a bookmark, and I wrote with my little label maker, find magic in the mundane. This is an Imaginarium sticker, and this is all collaged and Mod Podged. This was like a piece of cardboard or something, and I decided to leave the back because I thought it was beautiful. It's got some scraggly bits here too at the top. Okay, and then what else? This is another little tuck. A little like label shaped piece of paper that I burnt with a bunch of little pieces. This is a little cluster I made. I love this imagery. This is another one from Etsy. Another piece of like note paper with stenciling on it. Tuck away in there, and also a brad. Okay, oops. This floral label is from Etsy as well. Another hidden paper clip right there. I kind of put some like, here, there you go. I put some of this beautiful like yarn stuff that I have on the side. I just want to make sure it's staying at it. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm obsessed with this, honestly. Another Etsy printout. Another Etsy printout. This is gorge. I think this is an Etsy printout. I could be wrong. Maybe just be like a stray photo in my Photos app. I don't remember. Park Lane paper. All right. Writing space, of course. Etsy printout. Red lace. Bias tape. Etsy printout. Amazon paper. Amazon paper. Beautiful caravan. I've always wanted a little fucking trailer. I was in a tiny home and I loved it, but it made me want like a little caravan so fucking bad. And then there's more of the henna stenciling. Okay. There's the other side of that image. Okay, beautiful. I'm obsessed with this bias tape, and I felt like it just complemented this imagery beautifully. More of that beautiful floral. Etsy digi-kit, blank white page, Park Lane. Love, love, love. I just love this. I'm obsessed with it. This is a beautiful page as well from Etsy. I just love how green and ornate it looks. Okay, this is the end of the second signature, and now we're on to the last. This is more tissue paper I Mod Podged. I'm in love. But as you can see, again, I just didn't want to touch the starts or the backs of the signatures. I just didn't. I don't know. Etsy printout. Park Lane. I figured it was very fitting. And this right here is all of Europe. And then you have Africa and India. all of that right here. Okay, and then this Etsy printout that I collaged. I started doing the collage. Etsy, 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 Park Lane. I think, hold on. I have another one of those things, and it's a little version of it. I think it's Park Lane. Or, actually, that might be Tim Holtz. This one might be Tim Holtz. Anyways, there's some note paper here with a little henna stenciling. It's a beautiful jewel, a beautiful bow. It's attached. Oh man, this is a card from my aunt. You can't tell, I don't think, but it's very glittery. There you go, now you can. I turned it into a pocket. I put some of those beautiful brads on it. More Amazon paper. This is a ledger, but it's fake. It's one of the Park Lane ones, I think. Or maybe it's a Tim Holtz ephemera. I don't remember. But you can write on the back. More of the henna stenciling. Another caravan, because I couldn't help myself. Those tuck away in here. Then I also love this bias tape. I'm obsessed. I love it. Okay. More Etsy, more Etsy. I was going to do a blue border around this. I just didn't get to it. So the buyer's going to have to use their imagination and put their own twist on it, right? More of that beautiful tissue paper with this Etsy printout. I felt like the colors went immaculately, and I burnt the sides to give it a more edgy kind of look. Another Etsy printout. Another Etsy printout with this dainty peach lace. I felt like that complemented it. Okay, then we have the third little ornate baggie, but this one pulls out because I did this cluster pocket. And inside, this came from that same Oracle deck, vintage something, but I can't remember what it is. I just felt like the artwork was gorge, and you can write on the back. I placed it in here with geez, this one's not an antiquarium sticker. This, I think, is some more of Tim Holtz ephemera. The vintage ephemera that tucks away in there like such. Okay. This is actually a Roma spell from from a book, and I don't want to say what book. I am going to gatekeep that, okay? But I had photocopied it and put it in here to attract all good things to you. There's another one of those later on. This is another little waxed piece of ephemera that I did beeswax on either side. There's pretty much no use for it other than just to look at it because it's so beautiful and she's gorgeous. And it fits in this little pocket. Another henna stamp, stencil, whatever. And this came from that antiquarium sticker book as well. Okay. Etsy, Etsy, Etsy. This is To Entice Love. This came from that same book. And it tucks away in this pocket. I made a pocket with these two pieces of vintage ephemera that comes from the Tim Holtz. So this pulls out. Okay. And I also made this envelope here that has this cute little cardboard button on it to close. And there's different pieces in here that you can write on if you so choose. Okay, so that goes in there. See if I can't squeeze that back in there. There we go. That's the Park Lane paper as well, I believe. I just stuck those in there. Top secret, you know what I mean? So let's put that back like that. And it tucks away in there, sideways. I mean, I did have it like this at one point. Or no, I think I had it like that at one point, but I feel like it fits better like that. Another hidden paper clip. And then, of course, I forgot to show the other ones, but the center of the third signature is this beautiful bead, a pentacle. There's this right here, this crystal with I believe it's been soldered on the top. And then this one's a fan. It's beautiful. It's like a hand fan. Okay, and then the other page has another one of these Rehatch Designs, Tina inspired envelope. This one folds out and you can write on. I also sell these separately if you are interested on my site, www.exoticamob.com. By the way, if you are someone who is an artist and you want your artwork featured, email exoticamob@gmail.com and you can have your artwork featured on the gallery at no charge whatsoever. More henna stenciling. Okay. Another one of the spells right here. Etsy printout. This is that pocket page I was telling you about. I couldn't fit a third one. So, and I just have these here just to show that they're pockets, but these are more of the Amazon paper. I forgot what it's called already. It's called the Arts Mona. More Amazon. This is like a little excerpt on muffins, crumpets, and scones. I think these are actual recipes. Cool. That's pretty badass. Oh, I don't remember how I had it. Oh, just like this. Okay. So, there's that. Another little pocket tuck, but this is cloth. This came from that quaint little store that I absolutely adore that the senior center runs. My local little fabric store, yarn store. This is a cluster that I made, and you guys saw me do this on a live stream. And it's a note card. There's also a little tag I made right here, and that tucks away in here if you so choose. Another blank white page. We're getting down to the bitter end here. This is the Park Lane paper. It's music paper. I don't know if it's legit or not. Okay, I just love the moon and stars on this. I had to include it. And this is more of that Amazon paper. This looks like a legitimate letter. Interesting. Wow, that's actually really cool. Okay, a little pocket with some stickers. Amazon. Or sorry, not Amazon. Etsy. Etsy henna stenciling note card. This is another one of those vintage. I'm just going to look at. It's in here. It's in my little cabinet. Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Okay, that's the deck that most of these come from. Vintage Wisdom Oracle. This is the Imaginarium sticker. This pocket also features Imaginarium sticker and the printout of the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And that just tucks away in here. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, some more Etsy. Some more Etsy. Okay. Etsy and some beautiful lace. But here we go. Okay, second to last page. This is another waxed Etsy printout. Some more of the Park Lane paper. It's a map, the other part of the map. Again, it's just got this beautiful sheen to it. She's gorgeous, but there's just no, I mean, it's literally for decoration, which is fine. That's part of it, right? And then another little pocket. This is the Tim Holtz ephemera. It's a sparrow. And this is the Imaginarium sticker, Park Lane paper, and then you can write whatever you so choose on the back. Okay, and then this is more of the Etsy. Okay, and then I just used the bias tape and lace, used a colorful brad, and that's the end of the last signature. And this is the back of the book where you will find some more of that beautiful burgundy lace. Another notepad. Only difference is that there's two pieces of ephemera here. Tim Holtz, I believe. Yep. This is from that, what is it? Like field note something. And then this is from a different one. Those two tuck away in here. There's some henna stenciling. And yeah, see, this is a little tuck. Just put those back in there. I just placed this in here because I didn't want to glue it down, you know, anywhere. I was so indecisive. and more of the note paper. And this can come out, both of them. Both of the little papers, little notebooks can slip out if you want to put something else in there. And this is from a postcard from my aunt, but this is a photocopy. And then there's a sticker of a wax seal. So it's not a real wax seal. There's a star. This is a printout, or no, sorry. This is a cutout from the Amazon paper. And then this is my label maker, says be unapologetically unique. A little cluster. And that's really that. So if by chance anybody is interested in this, this is on www.exoticamob.com, and I want to thank you so much for bearing with me and for allowing me to show you a passion project finally completed. This was a printout as well. I forgot to mention, this is a Tim Holtz frame that I embossed. This is a printout from Etsy, and I sealed it. Anyways, a thank you. Thank you guys so much. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or video requests, feel free to email me. My email is naudiaexotica@gmail.com. Follow all my links at naudiaexotica.com. And also don't forget to read my blog, which is naudiascuriotrove.com. You can become a member by clicking the first link in the description, where you'll have access to exclusive content and member perks. And then also don't forget to shop Bohemian Chic at www.exoticamob.com. And submit your artwork. Submit your art. Why not, right? It's another place to put your creativity, okay? And you can just email exoticamob@gmail.com. And until the next video, you guys, you will be hearing from me very soon.